Hello and welcome to this essential grammar lesson on the American English for English Learners channel. I'm Dr. Lene's avatar, your English teacher. Today, we're diving into a fundamental aspect of English, how to form negative sentences. This skill is crucial for expressing what is not true, what you don't do, or what simply isn't the case. Understanding negation allows you to communicate more precisely and naturally. By the end of this session, you'll have a clear grasp of the rules and be able to confidently construct negative statements in various tenses. Let's begin our journey into the world of English negation. Our first stop is negating sentences that use the verb to be. This includes forms like am, is, are, was, and were. The rule here is wonderfully straightforward and consistent across tenses. To make a sentence negative with to be, you simply add the word not directly after the verb. This applies whether you're talking about the present, past, or even future. It's one of the easiest rules to remember in English grammar. Let's look at some examples in the simple present tense. If you have the positive statement, I am happy, to make it negative, you say I am not happy. The not clearly indicates the opposite meaning. Consider she is tired. Following our rule, this becomes she is not tired. The structure remains simple and direct. Similarly, they are at home transforms into they are not at home. Now let's move to the simple past tense. The same principle applies here. For the sentence, he was late, we insert not after was, resulting in he was not late. Another example from the past is we were excited. To negate this, we form we were not excited. Notice how the position of not never changes relative to the to be verb. Even in the simple future tense, when using will with be, the rule holds. If the positive statement is they will be at work tomorrow, the negative form becomes they will not be at work tomorrow. The not always follows the auxiliary verb. This pattern also extends to perfect aspects. Take I have been sick. To negate this, you say, I have not been sick. The not comes after the auxiliary verb have. Finally, consider she had been absent. In the past perfect, this becomes she had not been absent. The consistency of placing not after the to be verb or its auxiliary makes this rule very reliable. Now, let's explore how to negate sentences that use verbs other than to be. This is where we introduce the auxiliary verbs do, does, and did. These are essential for forming negative statements in many common tenses. The general rule for these verbs is to use do not, does not, or did not before the main verb. The choice of do, does, or did depends on the subject and the tense of the sentence. The main verb then reverts to its base form. In the simple present tense, we have two main cases. For subjects like I, you, we, and they, we use do not. For example, I like pizza becomes I do not like pizza. When the subject is he, she, or it, we use does not. So, she likes pizza transforms into she does not like pizza. This is a crucial point to remember. When using does not, the S is removed from the main verb. For instance, likes becomes like. This is a common mistake, so pay close attention to this detail. Moving to the simple past tense, the rule simplifies. For all subjects, whether I, you, he, she, it, we, or they, we use did not. This makes it quite straightforward. For example, they played football becomes they did not play football. The did not clearly indicates the past negative action. A key point here is that the main verb returns to its base form. So, played becomes play. This is a consistent rule for all verbs when using did not. While using the full forms like do not or is not is grammatically correct, native English speakers often use contractions. These shortened forms make spoken English sound more natural and fluid. Mastering contractions will significantly improve your conversational fluency. Contractions combine the auxiliary verb or to be verb with not. They are widely used in everyday conversation and informal writing. Let's look at some of the most common ones you'll encounter. Is not becomes isn't. This is a very common contraction for present tense singular subjects. For example, he isn't here. Are not contracts to aren't. This is used for plural subjects in the present tense. You might say, they aren't ready. In the past tense, was not becomes wasn't. This is used for singular subjects. For instance, she wasn't listening. Similarly, were not contracts to weren't. This applies to plural subjects in the past tense. An example would be, we weren't sure. For verbs using do not becomes don't. This is one of the most frequently used contractions. You'll hear I don't know all the time. Does not contracts to doesn't. This is used for third-person singular subjects in the present tense. For example, it doesn't matter. In the past tense, did not becomes didn't. This contraction is used for all subjects. You might say, they didn't come. Finally, will not has a unique contraction, won't. This is an exception to the usual pattern, but is very common. For example, I won't be late. Now, let's put your knowledge to the test with a few practice exercises. I'll give you a positive sentence, and I want you to form its negative counterpart. Take a moment to think about the rule before I reveal the answer. Here's your first sentence. He is happy. How would you make this negative? Remember the rule for the verb to be. The correct answer is he isn't happy or he is not happy. Both are correct, but the contraction is more common in speech. Next, try this one. They play soccer. Think about which auxiliary verb you need for this simple present sentence. The negative form is they don't play soccer or they do not play soccer. Notice how play remains in its base form. For our final exercise, consider this sentence. She went to the store. This is in the past tense, so remember the specific auxiliary verb for simple past negation. The answer is, she didn't go to the store, or she did not go to the store. And remember, went changes back to its base form, go. You've now learned the fundamental rules for forming negative sentences in English. We've covered negating with the verb to be, and with other verbs using do, does, and did. We also explored the importance of contractions for natural spoken English. The key to mastering these concepts is consistent practice. Try to form negative sentences in your daily conversations and writing. The more you use these structures, the more natural they will become. Keep reviewing these rules and challenging yourself with new examples. English grammar can seem complex, but breaking it down into manageable steps makes it much easier to learn. Keep learning and keep practicing. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, like, and share with friends. For books on American English, click the link below the channel description.